It runs my entire social media for us. We've got an Instagram account, TikTok, and it's slowly growing. We've got like 60 active users on it. You already identify all different kind of issues when building through things like WhatsApp, which I can even tell you about. It's been great to kind of learn.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Exponential Africa. Something extraordinary is happening right now in the world of AI. For decades, we've been building software requiring these engineering teams, venture capital, and years of development. But today, thanks to tools like OpenClaw and Google Anti-Gravity, Cursor and Codex, a new generation of builders is emerging. People are creating real products from their laptops. And what makes us even more fascinating is that many of them are dads. And in today's episode of Exponential Africa, we're meeting three incredible builders who are turning ideas into real AI-powered platforms. From Canada to Cape Town, these guys are using Agentic AI tools to build fitness platforms, trading systems, automation tools, and ultimately be more present in their own lives. And so this episode is a powerful new idea, the era of the AI builder. And so let's dive right in. Today, we're going to be joined by a couple of guests. And our first guest is Aaron, who's joining us from Canada. He's building something incredibly interesting. And Aaron, let me just tell you a little bit about him. He launched the Underground Dance Center in 2014 and built it into Toronto's top-rated dance studio, BlogTO, a space where anyone with zero experience required can learn the kind of choreography you see behind this big names in music. But over the last couple of years, a different question has taken over his attention. How much of our lives we lose to our phones? Aaron now uses his voice-first AI to handle calls, manage his business, and make decisions without even touching a screen, giving him back that one thing technology usually takes: presence. More time to be with the kids and more time to be with people that you love in front of you. Aaron, thanks so much for joining us on Exponential Africa. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, Mick.
So I mean, it's pretty amazing what you focus on and what you're doing. Maybe just tell us, just to kick things off, a little bit about yourself. You're a dad, you're busy, and you're building an AI platform. So what inspired you to start?
Yeah, so I have a business, a dance studio, and there's many different software that you could automate and just build yourself using OpenClaw. Some for customer service, some for customer retention on a membership flow. But over the last few years, I've actually really focused on being more present with my family and friends. I have 3 small kids and a beautiful wife. And when I'm with them, I want to really be with them. So for the last 5 years or so, I've been on and off flip phones, small phones, dumb phones, trying to get it right. Right now, I'm on the Unihertz Jelly Star, which I'm really liking. It has a 4-inch screen. Actually, yeah, this is a phone, a full Android phone. Yeah, but it has a small screen, so you're creating intentional barriers for you not to be drawn into your phone. It gives you back your attention and control of your attention.
And you find it works?
Yeah, it works well. The idea is I want to have as little apps as possible. So through my flip phone journey, I was on phones that had just talk and text, but I found that there were limitations. For example, I couldn't order an Uber if I needed to. What OpenClaw vibe coding now allows us to do is connect OpenClaw to a Twilio phone number, speak to her on the phone, and order an Uber, for example, right from the call. So now, essentially, I'm reducing my screen time, reducing the amounts of apps on my phone, and getting my attention back. There was a book that came out a couple of years ago by Jonathan Haidt called The Anxious Generation. And it started getting people fully aware of the harms that screens and social media have been doing to our kids. But I think the missing piece that most people leave out or forget about when now they're concerned about their children is that they're modeling our behavior. So if we ourselves are not responsible with our screen time and our relationship to social media, then they're going to just mimic what we do. So first, we got to take care of ourselves. And now the AI is finally at a point where I can make this whole ecosystem work.
Pretty amazing. I mean, AI is allowing us to be more human and bring back the human connection. Take away that time of us just being sucked into these digital worlds and actually be more in the physical world together, or even if we're in the digital world together, just to be more connected with other people.
Absolutely. And you might think that it's weird because I'm using less technology to get more out of my life. So essentially I'm downgrading my technology to upgrade my life. And the OpenClaw, the access to vibe coding platforms like Claude Code or Codex just makes it super accessible for people like me.
And tell me, so how did you get into this? I mean, how many weeks you've been doing it, and what have you been doing? What are some of the things you're building? Maybe share with us some of that, and we would love to see a demo of some of the crazy stuff you're building.
Sure. So full disclaimer, I'm completely non-technical. So when ChatGPT first came out to the masses like me, I right away saw the magic in it. And I started to learn Python, but that was taking a while. And vibe coding was just starting to happen. And when vibe coding first came out, I was, working with Cursor and working on like the lines of code. I didn't even know what was going on, and nothing really worked. Then things started progressing so rapidly to the point where I started vibe coding, building things myself. And then Claude Code came to my attention in November, and the Agentic vibe coding was amazing. And then just recently when OpenClaw came out and I started using it near the end of January, I'm having an agent vibe code for me. And it's just moving so fast. And I think you have to be, especially for non-technical guys like me, you have to be right there playing with it, touching it, to actually see the magic and feel the magic, and then you can start to dream what the possibilities are.
It's just unbelievable. And I think, just to give everyone a bit of a quick context, is that OpenClaw is this AI framework tool that allows you to use your different LLMs, large language models, to actually do a lot of tasks for you, and to actually it's like giving the keys to your office to AI with this AI framework that's open sourced and free to use. And it's been, gone from nothing to the number one starred project on GitHub, which is, overtaking React in just almost 2 months. It's just phenomenal, the growth that we've seen from this type of tool. And I mean, are you redoing, you've got a dance studio, and are you doing anything with that, or using OpenClaw with your actual current business? And then let's get into some of the future use cases.
Absolutely. So for my current business, I've created a platform where it pulls customer service emails in from Gmail. It then connects to my booking software API, and it searches that customer's information, pulls up the relevant details, drafts a response, and then tells you why it drafted that response and its confidence level of how confident it is that this is the correct response. My customer service agent just has to go in, read the information about the client, read the draft. If they like it, they just press approve and it sends it away. If they reject it, then they have to tell the AI why they rejected it, which then teaches the AI in our knowledge base about how we operate and how we would typically respond to a certain situation. Where I'd like it to go is, I think that people would much rather WhatsApp or Telegram their friend to do things for them on the booking software than actually going into the dashboard. I feel like no one wants to see a dashboard anymore. I don't want to see another dashboard. I just want to be able to tell someone to do something.
You don't want to even look at the screen.
And I think I don't want to look at a screen. I just want to be with my kids. So I think that if you create a layer between the business owner, the software, then you're essentially flying. You're flying and you get your time back.
No, I mean, I heard that you're actually using it, your OpenClaw, you're speaking to it. We've only seen a few examples of this, so it's pretty phenomenal, being non-technical, that you're tinkering this type of stuff. Do you want to show us a bit? Can you show us anything around that?
Sure. I just built this recently, so it might work, it might not work, but let's give it a shot. So I'm just going to call it on my phone, just on a normal phone number.
Wow. You calling your OpenClaw now? On a number you've given it.
Okay. Hey, just let me know what you need. I'm here to help with anything you've got in mind.
Hey, Sage. I'm in Cape Town right now, and I want to take my son for a hike, somewhere that's not too far. And also, I'm a little bit afraid of heights. What's the weather like today, and which hike should I go on?
So right now, in mid-April, Cape Town usually has pretty good weather, mild and perfect for hiking. But just confirm the forecast before you head out. For a family-friendly hike without too much height exposure, I'd recommend something like the Pipe Track along Table Mountain. It's got amazing views, but stays relatively flat. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds awesome. What should I pack to make sure that I'm well prepared for it?
For a hike like that, you'll want to pack essentials like water, definitely enough for both of you, some snacks your son will enjoy, sunscreen, hats for both of you, and a light jacket just in case the wind picks up. Comfortable shoes with good grip are important too, and maybe a small first aid kit just to be safe. It's always good to have your phone fully charged for any maps or emergencies as well.
And what are South African kids' favorite snack?
Kids here love things like biltong, which is dried meat, and it's a great protein-packed snack for hikes. They also enjoy things like dried fruit, especially mango or apricot, and simple sandwiches or crackers can also go a long way. And of course, a sweet treat like a chocolate or granola bar can be a fun reward at the end of the hike.
Great, thanks, Sage. Can you please build me a checklist app and send me a public URL that I can use to help me pack for the trip?
Got it. I'll create a detailed checklist for you with everything you need for the hike, including the snacks we talked about.
Thanks, Sage. Bye-bye.
Wow.
And now what it will do, it will create a new topic in Telegram, and it will put the entire transcript from the call there. And then I can continue chatting with it on Telegram if there's other things I want to add to the call, other things I want it to do.
That's just unbelievable. That's unbelievable. And I think, do you want to just explain to people how that works? Because a lot of people do use chat or Grok to chat to them. So if you want to just tell us how that's different and exactly like you asked it to make you an app, I think that's quite a different scenario.
Sure. So what I've experienced is that pretty much anything you ask OpenClaw to do, it can do. I once thought that maybe it couldn't do something, but then I was wrong because it obviously can do anything. So the way that I built this and how it's different than just voice chat with Grok or ChatGPT is I purchased the Twilio number, and I gave that number to OpenClaw, which is running Opus 4.6 as its brain. And I just told it to build me out a function that it can call me and I can speak to it over the phone. And then boom, 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 it does stuff in the background. It just does magic. I don't even know how to read code. I'm sure there's some security vulnerabilities there, but I use Claude Chat to help me make sure that all the security is up to date and as secure as possible. And it's connected to OpenClaw's brain. So it's not like me just talking to another ChatGPT instance. It's connected to OpenClaw that can actually take actions and do things on my behalf as long as it has access or passwords for whatever your applications are that you want to use.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, how would you have done this before? I mean, this is sounds like voodoo magic. How would you actually achieve this unless you were
It depends on how long ago, right? So back in January, December 2025, I'd probably use an instance of Claude Chat on one side of the screen and then an instance of Claude Code on the other side of the screen, and I'd probably work it that way, which is one step down from just asking OpenClaw to do it all. And before that, I wouldn't be able to do it at all.
Unbelievable. Well, Aaron, thanks so much. We really, really appreciate it. We're going to call you back in a couple of weeks and see what you've been up to and the continuation of your journey. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing your OpenClaw. Have you given it a name yet?
Yeah, it's Sage, the wise one.
Sage, nice. We're looking forward to seeing Sage. We're gonna hear Sage and see Sage hopefully soon as an 3D embodied avatar.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much,
having me on,
Eric.
Nick.
Catch you later. Cheers. Next up, we're going to move to Brandon Katz, who is the founder of Fit Sorted, a WhatsApp calorie tracker, and Bet Sorted, a South African betting comparison site, plus several other niche comparison affiliate products. He also runs marketing at Orderly Network, where he helped grow the brand to 400K followers on X and a top three DEX globally. His work blends AI automation, growth strategy, and lean product building. And he is also a dad. So please welcome Brendan. So Brandon, tell us, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. You've built these 2 apps. Do you want to tell us a little bit more what you're building? We're excited to see some demos of them. Yeah, what are you building?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I wish I could say it's only 2. I don't want to tell you the extent of it, because then you'll think I'm like a complete nutter, because it's a bit of an addiction. But yeah, I mean, so obviously I started using OpenClaw, let's say a month ago, or more than a month ago, whenever it kind of came out, basically. And in like whenever you do use it, you kind of realize that like you speak into it all the time through either WhatsApp or Telegram, depending what you chose. Initially, I chose WhatsApp, and I was just like, shit, this is like the future of apps. It's just to like not have an app store anymore and just fully operate through your WhatsApp or through Telegram, because you've got this entire computer behind it that's like programming everything for you, and you just like interacting with WhatsApp. So I'm like, okay, this has to be the future of apps. But instead of like what everyone else is doing with vibe coding now, is they're just launching these apps, putting them in the app store. There's 10 million apps, each one gets 2 or 3 hits, and it's like nothing. I thought like, the actual breakaway technology in this is actually in operating these things through WhatsApp and through Telegram. So I thought, all right, it's something that I like and what's something I want to build. So I built a WhatsApp calorie tracker, because I find like MyFitnessPal and these kind of things a bit of a mission. It's this app that's just sitting there clogging up your battery. You have to go to it each time, log each food. So I'm just like, WhatsApp, I'm always on. I'm messaging my wife. I'm messaging this person. I can just quickly message it 3 scrambled eggs. And in the background, my OpenClaw actually goes and it's got a big database that we've scraped from out of South Africa, all these different kind of food items from Woolies, Nando's, you name it. Scraping that, and it kind of identifies. So you just write 3 scrambled eggs, it'll shoot out, 225 calories. These are your macros. And so if you've got like, you can put like quite intense math behind it. It'll even tell you, all right, if you only eat this the rest of the day, you're going to lose 222 grams. So you can do like a lot of kind of crazy functionality with it, and not just. It's also cool in that you don't have to like.
You can work out your diet by saying. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So
you actually start using that.
Yeah, so all you do is you literally message it like hi, and it takes you through a whole onboarding, like how much you weigh, what do you want to do, all that kind of thing. It just takes you through the whole steps, and then it starts. You just start logging and tell you, all right, you should be eating 2,000 calories a day, and that's what it does. Just a bit.
Have you lost weight?
No, I've actually gained a bit because I'm trying to test it out and debug all the errors. I keep because not only do you type, you can also like take a picture of something and it'll tell you how many calories. So I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you like Cal AI and MyFitnessPal do with these huge teams, and this is this solo idiot doing it alone.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you. Who's your team? Who are you building with?
Yeah, so it's me and my bot, whose name is Milan, which is, I wanted to name my kid Milan, but Milan. Like in Italy, I wanted to name my kid Milan, but I was like vetoed. My wife said no. So anyway, so now I've named my claw Milan, and it's just me and Milan, and it runs my entire social media for us. We've got an Instagram account, TikTok, all brand new. It's making the graphics. Obviously, I instructed initially how to set it up, and now it's like mostly doing food comparisons, how much calories in this, and it's slowly growing. We got like TikTok's getting like 200, 300, 500 views a video. So the app's very new, still fresh. I've got like 60 active users on it. Of the 60, like, bear in mind, probably 7 is my family. But it's still working out. Before it goes too big, I want to test it. You already identify all different kind of issues when building through things like WhatsApp, which I can even tell you about. It's been great to kind of learn.
Unbelievable. I mean, I think it's pretty phenomenal. Like, can you show us anything? Are you able to demo it in any way? Could you maybe share
Yeah.
share your phone screen now.
Yeah, so I mean, you can even we can even go to I quickly added a video on the website just for this, like just a super basic one. If you want to go to fitsorted.co, let me just stream it.
So let me actually go to, so there's actually, you created a website for it as well.
Yeah, just fitsorted.co. If you want, I can share as well. So this is exactly, excuse my video, it's a bit of a rough one, but this is what it looks like. You literally just type there, for example, like it's quite a cool one. I didn't mention like a drink. It's like if you put in tequila, it'll tell you like how drunk you are, how many calories it is, how long you should stop before you're driving. So it's got like all that cool kind of stuff like that. So you'll see like,
I mean, I just saw MyFitnessPal is, we're doing hundreds of millions of dollars, and Cal.AI just did over $50 million last year in ARR. So you're playing in a big space here. I think it's pretty phenomenal. As an individual, you can compete on this, with the biggest guys out there at the moment in the space.
Yeah, so it's a good point. So it's huge. It's completely dominated, and it's the main reason why I didn't actually just go your typical app store, because then I am competing with all these big guys. So that's why I went WhatsApp, because and also not just WhatsApp, just South African focused as well, because so WhatsApp's huge. Americans don't really use WhatsApp that much. It's like probably 20% of Americans. I mean, it's still a big number, but it's not like their go-to app. So that's why I took a focus on WhatsApp and South Africa. So I'm actually building like quite a big suite of tools that will operate in WhatsApp. But there are challenges to it. Like, so WhatsApp, I've had to learn that only certain apps will work on it. So what happens is if you push messages out on WhatsApp, they charge you. And actually, I didn't even know this. I'm just building this. I'm like, this is free. When you WhatsApp people, you just WhatsApp them for free. But it doesn't work that way. WhatsApp Business, you get like 1,000 free messages a day. But there's all kind of tricks around that. So why it works with the calorie app is because I message first. They message first, so they'll write in like eggs, whatever. So if you reply to them, it's free. So if I had prompted them initially, like, hey, what's log meal, then I would have paid. So you have to almost kind of build apps around what's something that people would prompt you first. Otherwise, it would get expensive. So to do this would cost me, 30 Rand a user per month if they just had to message me, which, it adds up.
Wow. Totally phenomenal. This is really fantastic. So now, so you've taken this concept and you've expanded it into other industries as well, because you've got Bet-Sorted is your second app.
Yeah, so a few of them are also just Bet-Sorted is just like an affiliate site. I don't know if you know, affiliate site is where someone clicks the link and you earn a bit of their revenue. So I've just done I've done quite a cool comparison site that also compares it with live odds from Polymarket. So that's like communities. Obviously, I'm a crypto bro at heart as well. So it's okay. I'll share it as well for you just to show what it looks like.
Sure.
So yeah, that just goes through all the best South African crypto sites. I mean, I've got an international one as well, but for this, so you'll see now it just looks like this. And this is, it even gives you like tips on where's the best odds at the moment, so it'll say, all right, cool. Yeah. And to be honest, I didn't even watch soccer. I didn't even know what Bournemouth is, so that's quite weird that I'm running an odds. And then, so this is obviously how it gets monetized. When someone clicks here, it tracks it as my affiliate link. And
unbelievable.
Yeah, so it links directly to Polymarket as well, where I can actually see what the community is betting on it. So you can see here, whatever, Arsenal, 89.5% of people are predicting. So that's EPL title race. So just kind of cool analytics like that as well to help people kind of pick who they want to bet on. So this is also fully built. So this one is not an app.
Just help people to know what to bet on. Then when you click one of those, it takes you to one of the betting sites, and then you're getting the affiliate revenue from bringing that customer to the betting site.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, to help them because
Polymarket's
super accurate.
I mean, are you a developer? Or are you in this space at all?
So I'm not a developer. I know like basic codes, and I was a nerd when I was a kid, and I used to build very basic websites, but I couldn't build this myself. Like I didn't know how to use APIs and all that kind of stuff before it. So this is basically fully done by OpenClaw with a mixture of different Claude code and codecs. So yeah, it's all fully vibe coded, and there's more, Mick. I've got tons more. I've got
How much time are you spending on this?
See, like you look at it and you think it's like a ton, but it's actually not so much. I mean, you just like, it's kind of on your phone. You like give it some things. Barely. so yeah, I mean,
in your day job.
Still working the day job. In fact, like a lot of the push comes from the day job. A lot of it's I work a lot with the Asian companies, and they're huge into AI. It's like a forced requirement of what we do, especially in the crypto industry. So it's, yeah, the company, what it is like a year ago to now it's all like, like Excel doesn't even exist anymore. Now everything's just like live dashboards and, all this kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, I just find like a lot more efficient nowadays. I feel like if you're not using these kind of tools, you're just like so far behind. When I speak to some of my friends at like banks, like, are you guys using this? They're like, no, but if we like put in motivation, we can potentially use ChatGPT. I'm like, just, I'm not running like 10 websites with OpenClaw doing the marketing for it itself, while I'm like playing with my kid at chess.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So I mean, what do you think it's going to mean for the future of sort of businesses and building products?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite scared of the technology in terms of like jobs and that. I do feel like huge layoffs are going to come, and I feel like South Africa's at risk. We rely on a lot of cheap labor. Like a lot of international companies are recruiting South Africans because we're slightly cheaper, but like I feel the stuff that this can automate, like for me to do, if I was launching Fit Sorted 2 years ago, I would have had to hire one social media person, I would have had to hire one dev, I would have had 100 grand burn. Like now I'm just not hiring anyone. So I feel like we will see a lot of startups just hiring way less people, a lot of solo companies, but it also gives people like me or anyone who's got an idea to actually go and launch whatever they wanted to build. I wanted to build calorie apps for years, but I just couldn't. So now you can just spin it up. I feel like there's great advantages there. If let's say you live somewhere niche in your community and you know that there's a weakness, there's any idea you could do, hey, I want to deliver food every Tuesday at this time because no one else is doing it, or a church app, you can just literally build whatever you want with no code. So I feel like that's where the huge opportunities are. And I think you focus on your niche, focus on what you know, try not to compete with Americans because they're so good. So it's like, wow, I'm not stepping into their territory. So yeah, it's huge potential, but also big. It is scary if you're not using it.
Well, it's pretty inspiring what you're doing. So don't stop, and we're definitely going to call you back to the show also in a couple of weeks and months. And hopefully, everyone, if you want to go and get fit, go get Fit Sorted. Go look it up online, and you can start using Brandon's app today. It looks like there's a free trial, so I'm going to definitely try that up myself. So thanks so much, Brandon, and we'll catch you soon. We're going to move on to our third and final demo for today. We are going to move on to and also another dad, Rafael Feldman, who's been working in digital publishing for the last couple of years. Front Story as the head of operations. Before that, he also worked in finance, and then he started playing around with N8N, which is an MCP tool, Model Context Protocol, similar to OpenClaw as a way. You use it with your ChatGPT or things like that. And he's been playing with Anti-Gravity, which is Google's AI IDE, and building a variety of things from phone apps and Codex and Claude and that sort of thing. So let's give a big round of applause to Rafael. Rafael, thanks for joining us.
Hello. Thank you for the invitation. Well,
awesome.
As
where are you from originally, Rafael? Let's just hear a bit about who you are.
Yeah, sure. I'm originally from Istanbul. I grew and raised in Istanbul. Then lately, we are in South Africa.
Amazing. And are you have you had any coding experience in the past?
Not actually. No, I have no a coding experience. I try to be one of them, but I think it's not for me. It's you have to have a kind of a very particular character to have a coding coder. Like I actually like respect them a lot, but it's not like what I can do. I think like in general, yeah. It's like I don't have any coding experience. I tried maybe like a little bit like to understand and learn Python and C# like in the past. It didn't really like work for me.
And it's pretty phenomenal. So like, with no prior experience, you using Google's anti-gravity, which is like a type of IDE. So it is like a type of developer environment. How did you get into it? Do you want to just tell people what is anti-gravity and what's possible with it?
Yes, actually, like as you said, like I started with NA10 last year. Obviously, like everyone, like since ChatGPT is like came up in the world, and like everyone start like using ChatGPT, and we easily understood like what we can do and how easy like we can actually like start do coding like small scripts and stuff through ChatGPT. It's also really like helped me in my current job when you need like I'm head of operation, and sometimes like I need some stuff from developers, and they have tons of work most of the time, and even like to do like some small task for me, like for them like can take a couple of days, because they can't just like leave a big chunk of work coding things that like what they currently doing and like just help me. So here like actually found ChatGPT very useful. And then since then, like I actually never asked them any small scripts and coding again. So I start doing like everything by myself, and I also love to do things that like because I'm operation and like I'm working with like a few different teams in the same time, and if there's a bottleneck in somewhere, like actually like a delay all the operation, everyone else just waiting for me what to do right now. And I said, okay, like there's if there's a like now another tool that like we can use, even no coding experience can do it. So I start using as ChatGPT also like replacing my some of the requirements from my tech like a developer team. And then that's how everything actually started. And then start listening more podcasts and YouTube videos and learn about a little bit NA10. That's also like a nice and automation and great. And then recently, like last 3-4 months ago, I was like first the anti-gravity, like it's also came out like I was listening one day like another YouTube channel and talking about it, and said like let's give it a try. And at the beginning, anti-gravity was actually like great because it gives you kind of an environment that all your folders and everything that you're building, you can see them like in the same environment. And obviously like it's very, very important. Actually, like I think this is the one thing that like everyone needs to do, either using anti-gravity or CloudBot and all the other like type of things. As much as like anti-gravity or all the other tools is strong, but as much as like basically you feed them, like it should be like a very specific skills, workflow, scripts, whatever like you can give like for helpful things that, and put it in the in your environment. And obviously like it should be a good like orchestrators, and like the agent needs to know like how many skills agent MCP servers that like can reach. So then in each time like when you start prompting, it's actually like know exactly what's happening in the backside, and know exactly how to respond you, who needs to respond you, if it's a backend developer right now talking to me, or it's a front-end developer talking to me.
The agent's talking to you.
Correct. Yes, exactly. Like all different like basically like skills and agent, they are specified for some like different like doing different tasks. So that's how like instead of you are going back and forward and telling what exactly you want, but the skills actually is like that you already built it before. Only one time you build each time one skill, or you can now tons of amazing skills on GitHub, free GitHub repository. So every time I'm also like listening a new podcast and like someone talking about like a really good skills, I'm going to the GitHub and then like telling my agent, tell me first of all, like what is this GitHub repository about? And then asking the second question, do you think in our workflow and our like whatever we're building, so is this repository will be useful? And then if all these things like comes positive, I'm telling great. So let's put this repository also into our skills. So in the future, you can continue like using this skill as well. So this is how I actually like build all the skills. Today, I have like 80 something skills, hundreds of already like workflows and scripts. And probably I'm using 10 MCP servers that mostly like.
So there's a lot to just actually unpack there. So, just going back to being a dad and getting into the space, pretty phenomenal that you're using it and you were initially using it to actually improve your work in the office and to be able to make you work faster and more autonomously in your role at the office, which I think is hugely important for all businesses to start doing now, is to empower staff to use these tools to really do, not just be doing their role, but now be doing their role with 1,000x improvement, because they've got this power behind them with these AI tools that can make them, do a lot more. I think that's hugely valuable to everyone that needs to embrace this technology 100%. If you haven't. And then just like what you're doing with anti-gravity and building in these skills is pretty phenomenal. It's like a skill is almost like a feature or an added benefit or a value add or a new type of tool within your app, within your application that you're using. So, in the past, you would have to go and hire a SaaS company to bring in that sort of workflow or that automation into your app. Now you're saying with anti-gravity, you're just building it out and or finding it for free on GitHub.
Correct.
I mean, what do you think that does to the market, and how does that change the industry?
I mean, well, think about it. Like you have first of all just a simple thing, and like if it's like you don't even know if it's gonna work, not gonna work, like and what other feature you can add, and then slowly you actually like also according to your purpose, what you want to build, and what at the end like what product you want to get to, like slowly you building your agent or the environment that you are coding. So I feel like every time you add up the new features, the new things, and it's the outcome will be like better and better. Like recently I found out there's a new skills that on GitHub is basically a market researcher. So and it's easily like downloaded like for a few seconds even, and then like all of a sudden your agent now it can go to check all the new trends on Reddit, on Twitter, checking about like all the new trends and what people talking about. So even in the brainstorming stage, you can get so many like income like from these like new feeds and what people talking about, like what is the new trend of 2026, and if my app will be good enough for this one. So basically like it's giving you like new features, like always like adding up new skills to your working environment and making the engine always like better. That's what I feel like, and obviously like the outcome will be like better.
But also something to mention is that you need to be careful which skills you download. So there's a lot of security risks when downloading a skill, or for prompt
100%.
Injection and things like that. So do you want to mention a little bit about security? Being an expert now in this field, do you want to mention some of the security issues that we can face?
100%. Like it's a security thing, always like gonna be probably one of the big question mark. I think one of the biggest reasons, like people also CloudBot, when they're using it, they are not using their own computer, but now all the MacBook Mini sales like going crazy because everyone's want to use it like on another computer. So I can understand. Then there is a lots of security breaches or potentially can be. Obviously, like when I'm looking at when I'm downloading anything from GitHub repository, basically checking how many stars and how many people already used it. What is like if it's recommended from people, like obviously like when more people using it and experiencing it, there is like more likely people talk about the security breaches, or if there's anything else needs to be like you need to take like pay attention, be careful about it. So yes, like obviously security is like very, very like we should always like think about it at the back of our mind. But just because of that, we shouldn't also like stop ourselves and like not try new things. And I think, yeah, I mean, well, there's also security audit skill that you can also integrate your agent and and also like
I've done that. It does a security check every morning. Gives me any warnings or anything if there's a worry. So thank you so much. I don't know if you have a chance to show us anything you're building, or I think we'll have to catch up with you next time. Or do you want to show something?
I mean, I'm right now working on actually a SaaS product. I can talk about it. Like it's still a little bit like a crawling stage, very, very early, doing still some tests on it, not finished yet. But the idea is, because I'm also like coming from like also sales and operation and all this stuff. So I know that like if you have a service or product, you normally like when you are working in a company and like generally like trying to sell this service of the products of your company to the other companies, but most of the time you have only like one or two specific people from the like other company that you speak to. So I thought like, why we cannot use this good relationship we already have, and like these people working in, let's say, any like field, and if they don't change, or they one day like they drastically want to change their whole career, most probably they're gonna go to another company to work, but in a similar field. So the idea is like to come out from this basically based on this, and let's say I have like a now web application that you can upload these people that you have already in contact and you have a good relationship, people's like email addresses. So with some API and data scraping, we get all these people's current jobs and titles, and basically like link from the LinkedIn profiles and everything. And then every month, the system is checking if these people change their job, change the title. So, and immediately like send you if there's any changes to your dashboard, or it can be also to your Slack email, wherever channels do you want. So sending you an alert that this person that like you've been already talking, have a good relationship, selling your product or service, move to company X. So this company X potentially become the hottest lead, because the person you already like you know the person from inside, and all you need to do, tell this person, hi Meg, and right now like I saw that like just get an alert that you change your job, congratulations, and we in the past we've been providing you this product or service. So I just wanted to check that like this service or product would be still relevant to this new role or new company. So this is like idea, and yeah, like soon going to be live.
Love it, Rafael. Thank you so much. We're going to catch up with you soon when you've got the product live and ready. Have you got a name for it yet?
I call it like a champion tracker. Yeah. So hopefully, like
Champion tracker.
yeah.
We're going to look out for it online, and as soon as you've got it live and ready, let us know, and we'll definitely get you back on.
Right.
Thank you so much for your time today. I mean, what an interesting discussion. What we've seen in this episode is something incredibly powerful. 3 dads, 3 different backgrounds, 3 different countries, all building real products with AI. And this might be one of the biggest shifts in the history of technology, because for decades, software creation was limited to engineers. But today, AI agents, platforms like OpenClaw, and systems like Google Anti-Gravity are turning everyday innovators into builders. And if this trend continues, we may soon see millions of people creating products, services, and entire businesses powered by AI. It's not if, it's when. And the builder economy is just getting started. I have a feeling some of the most interesting companies of the next decade might start exactly like this, at a kitchen table after the kids go to bed. Thank you so much for watching Exponential Africa. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode, bringing you the very best in thought leadership, technology, and innovation. Cheers. Thanks so much.